Good morning, labas rytas. This morning we are in Kaunas, as you can see, but we are headed to the bus station, rushing as usual, to go to Kedainiai, a small town that's about an hour away by bus. So yeah, excited to check it out. It's supposed to be really beautiful, very historical, and have some delicious Lithuanian food too. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Laura. 11 years ago, my boyfriend Luke and I set off for a gap year that accidentally changed our lives. Since we left home in 2010, we have lived in New Zealand, Australia, South Korea, Mexico, and are now living in Lithuania. These videos are a small window into the adventures we seek along the way. Located about 50 kilometers or 30 miles from Kaunas, the town, which I now know is pronounced Kedainiai, is almost bang in the center of Lithuania. From Kaunas, we hopped on the bus, and in an hour we were pulling into the Kedainiai bus station.
We have arrived in Kedainiai. Took about an hour, pretty much exactly an hour. And the bus station is a little bit far from sort of the little old town area. So we're walking. I think it's taking about 15 minutes. But it's all sidewalks and lots of cars.
Kedainiai is one of the oldest cities in all of Lithuania, dating back to 1372. In the 14th century, it was the center of trade for this region, bringing together people of different nationalities and religions.
We are at St. Joseph's Church, which looks nothing like any other church I've ever seen, especially in Lithuania. It's very beautiful, so I think we're gonna head inside. It's Sunday, so I'm not sure if there's gonna be a church service, but see if we can have a peek. We just enjoyed the regional museum, which only cost €1.60. Great value. About 90% of the museum has signs in English. The only thing is, like, when you first get in there, we watched a video completely in Lithuanian, but it's still beautiful, but really interesting. The people in there were really nice and helpful and sort of guided us around the museum, but it had a lot of interesting sort of paraphernalia, but also a lot about the history of the town. We are now on the sort of main pedestrian street, and we're going to walk along and check it out and see a little bit more of the history, but it was good to start there because now we sort of know what we're looking at a little bit more, and yeah, really interesting.
I cannot recommend visiting the museum enough if you come to Kedainiai. There are so many different exhibits sharing the history of this town and region, and we learned even more about Lithuania's rich history. We spent a lot of the day simply enjoying the sunshine, wandering along the cobbled streets through the old market squares, and admiring some of the architecture, which is very different to other parts of Lithuania, thanks to influence from Scottish and German residents throughout the city's history. The north bank of the Nevėžis River was something of an island for the Catholic residents here, and was where the Catholic Church of St. George was built. It remains not only one of the oldest brick buildings in town, but one of the oldest churches in Lithuania.
We crossed the river to have a look at St. George's Church, but it also gives you a really beautiful view back over the old town of Kedainiai, so it's definitely worth coming for a little walk. It's so beautiful.
We headed over to the Synagogue, where there's a memorial to the Jews that lost their lives during World War II. On August 28, 1941, the entire Jewish population of Kedainiai were marched out of the city and executed. There were over 3,000 Jewish inhabitants of Kėdainiai before World War II began.
We ordered this spicy soup and it is so good. It's so warming after being outside in the cold. It comes with the rye bread, which is so delicious. And then we're waiting on some potato pancakes, so a good midday break. Perfectly fried, so crispy when I cut into it, and in the middle it's almost like a zeppelin, like it's got pork mince in the middle, and it looks delicious, so it's time to try it. The fluffy potato pancake, the juicy pork in the middle. If you find yourself in Kėdainiai, you need to go to Bornlōf. That was one of the best Lithuanian meals that we've had, maybe in total. Anyway, definitely the best blini that we've had. They were delicious. But we're on our way back to the bus station now. It's been a great afternoon out here in Kėdainiai, and I'm really glad we came. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel, and let us know some more towns like this one, because this is probably one of our favorite day trips we've done now since we got here. It's such a beautiful town and really interesting history. So thanks as always for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.